Showtime, my friend, how nice, come on in. It's so good to see you again. Got stories to share, I'm virtually there. It's showtime, my friend. It's showtime, my friend, with a tear or a grin. We're chomping the bit to begin. Wear sweatpants or slacks, let's break out the snacks. It's showtime, my friend. Now if you have to go, I want you to know it's easy to log right back in. Connection too slow. Oh, I hope you don't miss the show, because it's showtime, my friend. It's time to prepare for our online affair. I do hope you'll stay till the end. I tuned up my axe, sit back and relax. No matter how your day has been, we'll make you smile, make it all worth your while. It's showtime, it's starting right now. It's showtime, my friend. It's showtime, and already you folks were here before me this time. I was looking at a song. I said, "Ooh, I better review that one." I went, "Hey, it's almost time for the show." All right, so we got Kim and Mark Wright are here, Jack and Barb are here, and Joan is here, probably with Bob somewhere nearby. And hello, everybody. We're hoping Mom gets to log on tonight. She's been having audio problems where her computer would just forget how to play the audio, and you could go through all the dialogues and none of them would make any change, make any logical change, I would say. Oh, the Belchers are here. Okay, there you guys are. I know, for some reason my screen didn't scroll down far enough to see you, but now I see you. I got you. You know, these are two-way screens, don't you? No, they're not. And, their Mom is here, and now we'll see if we have sound. Yes, sound is on. Woohoo! Well, what we ended up doing is fooled around with, various settings, and then just restarted the machine. It said everything was fine, and I went, if it was fine, we'd be able to hear it. All right, well, today is about bad boys and girls. Now, actually, I think I have one other song in here that's just a fun one that I haven't done for you guys in a long time. But let's start out with Mack the Knife. Now, Mack the Knife, let's see, it says it was Kurt Weill who wrote the music, and then Bertolt Brecht. Is that right? Lyrics by Bertolt Brecht for their 1928 music drama, The Threepenny Opera. And Bobby Darin sang the song in 1959, way many years, 28, 38, 48, 50, 31 years later, and it became a hit. 2 Grammys it won. In fact, the way I typed it up, it's 2 Gamrys. Gamry. I guess I got the letters mixed. Anyway, Mack the Knife is a song about a serial killer. Isn't that a nice topic for a song? Yeah. Okay, here it is. Let's do it. Oh, the shark bait has such teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just the jackknife has old Mackie's babe, and he keeps it out of sight. You know, when that shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows, they start to spread. A fancy gloves, oh, with old Mackie's babe. So there's never a trace of red. Now on that sidewalk, oh, it's Sunday morning, don't you know, lies a body just oozing life. Can someone sneaking round that corner? Could that someone be Mack the Knife? Down in a tugboat, down by the river, don't you know? Did I already sing that part? Drooping on down, we'll find out. Oh, the seaman it's that for the way, dear. 5 will get you 10. Oh, a Mackey's back in town. Did you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, friends, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. Now Mackey spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boy done something rash? Now Jenny Diver, woo! A Suki Tawdry, I'm gonna miss a lot of that, and oh, Lucy Brown. Well, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackey's back in town, I said, Jenny Diver, a Suki Tawdry, I'm gonna miss a lot of that, and oh, Lucy Brown. Yeah, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackey's back in a town. Look out, old Mackey is back. Yeah. Hey, Susan Curtis is here now, too. Mom, what does it mean when you have goats in a row? 6 goats. I don't know what that means. But the sound is on, that's all. We'll leave it at that. Maybe that's some kind of a good luck goat or something. Well, let's move on and look at what our next one is. Now, this one, thank you, Kim. This one is 16 tons, originally recorded by Tennessee Ernie Ford. And the way I like to do this one is as an a cappella song. So I'm going to try. All right, we're going to do it a cappella, as some people pronounce that, a cappella. Oh, by the way, I forgot to do, I got this shirt, I wore this last week, and I meant to show you. It has all these nice print here, and it's got down at the bottom, you can almost see out on the back side, there's a sun shining. Kind of cool. All right. Anyway, I knew Mark Wright would be interested in that. Maybe not, Mark. I like the colorful ones a little bit better. All right, so 16 ton. Boom, boom. Let's try this. Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-boom, boom, boom. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man made out of muscle and blood. A muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak, or the back that's strong. You load of 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Dum, 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 dum. Well, I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel. I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load of 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Doom, doom, doom. Ba-doom, ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. Well, I was born one morning and it's drizzling rain. Fighting in trouble are my middle names. Well, I was raised in a canebrake line. Oh, mama line, can't no high-tone woman make me walk the line. A load of 16 tons. But what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Doom, 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 ba-da-ba-doom, boom, 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 ba-da-ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-ba-da-ba-dum, dum. Bum, 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 bum. Now if you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't and a lot of men died. If one and the other is steal. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. A load of 16 tons. Ha! What do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Doom, doom, dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, doom, doom, dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, doom, dum, ba-dum, up, 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 up. I had a pause there for a minute because I looked over and the video wasn't playing on my side. And I thought, oh boy, you guys lost it all. No, but everything still seems to be working. Just kind of the video moves sideways for some reason. Computers, hey, computers are pretty good, but I think I need artificial intelligence just to be able to figure out how to run one. My gosh, this is complicated stuff. Okay, so let's move on here. This is a song that I wrote called Lisa. Susan Curtis loved it, finger snapping to the beat. I used to do the finger snaps, but I've got what they call trigger thumb. I've heard of trigger finger. I've got this thing is happening over here. There's a little carpal tunnel deal, and if I snap my fingers, it's very painful. So I'm just giving it this little thing, which I think is pretty effective anyway. All right, you knew the words too. I know. Isn't it funny how a song like that, which we heard probably when we were, maybe younger than teenage years, we heard a song like that, and the lyrics are still planted in here. Isn't it? It's pretty amazing. All right, and sometimes then we haven't even heard the song for 50 years, maybe more, whatever. Okay, so here's a song called Lisa. And I wrote this one, gosh, I can't remember when. Yeah, I think it was in the 1980s. And finally got a really nice production of it through Tom Hagen. He's the one who put together all the instruments. And his wife, Sherry Hagen, plays the drums on these things. So listen, here we go. Lisa. I started our car early today. The old beat-up Dodge put miles between me and Lisa. Oh, God only knows I've done what I could. I never knew one as bad and as good as Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you're driving me out of my mind. Oh, Lisa, some answers that I gotta find. Oh, Lisa, I'm leaving your loving behind. The wife and I drove up to Carmel. At Barnaby's bar, I fell under the spell of Lisa. I've always been good, a husband and dad. I'll never know what made me turn bad for Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you're driving me out of my mind. Oh, Lisa, some answers that I gotta find. Oh, Lisa, I'm leaving your loving behind. cheated and stole. My lying got old. The ceiling fell in. My tale nearly told of Lisa. The sheriff in town, he said that I'd pay. The gun in my hand, I shot him that day for Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you're driving me out of my mind. Oh, Lisa, some answers that I gotta find. Oh, Lisa, I'm leaving your loving behind. Keep the door locked, I'll never be free. They'll find me, I know, it's all 'cause of me and Lisa. I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you today, if you see that girl, you run straight away from Lisa. Whoa, Lisa, you're driving me out of my mind. Oh, Lisa, some answers that I gotta find. Oh, Lisa, I'm leaving your loving behind. Lisa, you're driving me out of my mind. Oh, Lisa, some answers that I gotta find. Oh, Lisa, I'm leaving your loving one of the weird side effects of this, sometimes I lose the pitch, is that sometimes when I might even be singing okay and I think that maybe I'm not, that's really creepy stuff. Well, we'll hang in there. Maybe you guys can watch me fall apart on camera. Well, how about this one? I want to do this. Now, this one I want to do because Johnny Cash sang it and his wife wrote it. Now, I want to also mention, too, that a few of these songs that I'm doing today, I did fairly recently. I like to usually spread them out so that we haven't done the same song in a while. But I want to do this, this one in particular, because it kind of fits in. He's not a bad guy. This is Johnny Cash. And Johnny Cash is coming on to a young lady, and her name was, she turned out to be his wife, but she was not. She was one of the Carter family at the time, and he was married. Johnny Cash was married, and she's saying, Johnny, you shouldn't be messing around with me here. You're a married man, and I'm a Christian woman. I don't believe in that stuff. And he says, well, my wife won't let me get a divorce. He says, well, too bad. And so she went and wrote this song along with Merle Kilgore, who wrote Wolverton Mountain, a whole nother story about that. She wrote this for him, trying to tell him, Johnny, you do this stuff, you're going to end up in a burning ring of fire for all eternity. Maybe I should have done for all eternity. Do it like that. All right, so here it is, Burning Ring of Fire. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by a wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, 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 that ring of fire. I went down, 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 and my flames went higher, and it burns, 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 that ring of fire, that ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, 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 that ring of fire, that ring of fire. Now the taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. 1, 2, 3, and I fell to a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, 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 that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of... Stop the drums. Fire. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is so interesting. My ear goes right to his voice because most people, when they sing, they do a vibrato. They hold a note and they'll, ah, and actually you're going a little bit sharp and a little bit flat. Ah. Johnny Cash did not do that. He cut each note off so it would be, ah, 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 ah. It's almost like a laugh. Ha, 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 ha. When you laugh, your voice, your throat closes and opens. Well, maybe your vocal cords close and open. Ah, so I fell in. But that's in musical terms. Let's see, we call that tremolo. Vibrato is up and down. Tremolo is loud and soft, but in his case, it's completely on and off. Very unusual sound, and it made him quite a unique voice. Something I discovered I was doing recently when I get my voice get into kind of a gruff, rattly place like this. Sometimes it cuts in and out very similar to what he does, but it's more for a different effect. Anyway, if I ever narrow that down, I'll show it to you one of these times. Okay, so that was June Carter Cash. I was trying to say her name, June Carter, who became Johnny's wife, his second wife. All right, here's another song that I wrote called She's Waiting. Now, I've been performing and writing songs for more than 50 years, and I won a bunch of songwriting awards, and one of my songs made it onto the RCA album by Scott Baio and was also sung on Star Search, the 1980s version of America's Got Talents. And anyway, so I wrote this one. It has nothing to do with that other stuff. It's just about... somebody who is attracted to somebody who's maybe not such a good person. Here we go. She's Waiting. There's a bar by the border. Pablo brings what you order, and I've been gone away for way too long. There's a pretty Chiquita, and she'll be glad to meet you, and her sister will too, but that'd be wrong. And I know that she's waiting, and I know she's still waiting, and I know that she's waiting just for me. And I see her face smiling, now I see that she's laughing, and I know that she's waiting just for me. While Chiquita danced for me, her boys hid some killer weed inside my rusty Chevy van. After 4 years in prison, I'm a man on a mission, and she waits for her numero uno man. And I know that she's waiting, 'cause I called and she's waiting, and I know that she's waiting just for me. And I'll bet that she's laughing and her whole gang is laughing, but the last one who's laughing will be me. Now a clock is a sweet gun, and you don't want to be one of them boys when I kick those swinging doors. And that dark room will light up, and their black hearts will stop, and they'll lay dead on that dirty wooden floor. And I know that she's waiting, 'cause I called and she's waiting, and I know they're all waiting just for me. And I'll bet that she's laughing, and her whole gang is laughing, and the last one who's laughing will be me. And I know that she's waiting, 'cause I called and she's waiting, and I know they're all waiting just for me. And I'll bet that she's laughing, and her whole gang is laughing, but the last one who's laughing will be me. And I know that she's waiting, 'cause I called and she's waiting, and I know they're all waiting just for me. And I'll bet that she's laughing, and her whole gang is laughing, but the last one who's laughing will be me. That song went through quite a few changes, becoming the song that it was. I took it to a couple of different songwriting groups, and someone would make a little suggestion here, another little suggestion there. So I think it turned out pretty good as a story song. Well, here is one by Marty Robbins. It's called El Paso. And Marty fell in love, with somebody similar to the last song. Yep, she's waiting just for me. And yeah, it's very similar. All right. Interesting. A waltz beat. I can't imagine dancing a waltz to this. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me at Rose's Cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting a spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind. Dashing and daring, a drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger I challenged his right for the love of this maiden. Down went his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. The handsome young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul, evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance, and that was to run. Out through the back door of Rose's I ran, out where the horses were tied. I caught a good one, it looked like a good one. Up on his back and away I did ride, just as fast as I could from the West Texas town of El Paso out to the Badlands of old New Mexico. Back in El Paso, my life would be worthless. Everything's gone, nothing is left. Now this will indicate the passage of time. It's been so long since I've seen the young maiden. My love is stronger than my fear of death. I settled up and away I did go, riding alone in the dark. Maybe tomorrow a bullet will find me. Tonight nothing's worse than this pain in my chest. And at last, here I am on the hill overlooking El Paso. I can see Rose's Cantina below. My love is strong and it pushes me onward. Down off the hill to Felina I go. Off to my right, I see 5 mounted cowboys. Off to my left, ride a dozen and more. Shouting and shooting, I can't let them catch me. I have to make it to Rose's back door. Something is dreadfully wrong, for I feel a deep burning pain in my side. Though I am trying to stay in the saddle, I'm getting weary, unable to ride. But my love for Felina is strong, and I rise where I've fallen. Though I am weary, I can't stop to rest. I see the white puff of smoke from the rifle. I feel a billet go deep in my chest. That's a bullet. From out of nowhere, Felina has found me, kissing my cheek, and she kneels by my side, cradled by 2 loving arms that I'd die for. One little kiss, and Felina, goodbye. El Paso, Marty Robbins. Marty Robbins had a way of actually singing an entire movie. he wrote a few other good ones. My Woman, My Wife is a great song, and also it's a whole movie. He really does a great job of that. Oh, I have one on here that I thought might be interesting. This one is by the Rolling Stones. I would suggest that probably Keith Richards wrote the music. Pretty simple, straight. Well, I say it's straightforward. The song builds and builds and builds, and lots of different instruments play in it. But the lyrics are the ones that make this a sort of a bad boy, bad girl song. If I didn't say so earlier, it's sympathy for the devil. And in this case, I would probably say that old Mick Jagger is the one who is the bad boy, perhaps. Well, they had a reputation for being bad boys. They've been arrested in all kinds of drug troubles and all that. But after a while, it turned out that all of them got clean. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, but Keith Richards has been clean for more than 10 years, and I think it may be almost as much as 20 years that he's been clean. And I don't know the whole story behind why he did it, or what cleaned him up and all this. Maybe he just got tired of all the trouble. One of the interesting things I've heard this, I read it in his autobiography, is that he said one of the difficult parts of getting away from drugs is that whenever they'd go on tour, people just came up and offer him stuff for free. And he said the things that they brought, it wasn't just heroin, from the street. He said this was medicinal heroin. It was pure. You weren't in danger of, the only thing you were in danger of is overdosing, that kind of a thing. But very interesting guy. And he said, people are giving it to you free. They want to hang out with you, and you want to hang out with them, but you don't want to break down and have to start all over again with your rehab. So anyway, this is Sympathy for the Devil, and oh yeah, we got to get a drum beat here. Let's try this, see if this does the trick. Oh boy, that's too fast. Let's slow it down. A little more. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul and faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Oh, what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. Yeah. I stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. I killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed in vain. I rode a tank and the generals rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Oh, 'cause what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. Oh yeah. Hey, I watched with glee while your kings and queens fought for 10 decades for the gods they made. I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys? Well, after all, it was you and me. Let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I lay the traps for the troubadours who get killed before they reach Bombay. Pleased to meet you, hope you guess my name. Well, what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. Hey. Hope you guess my name, yeah. But what's fusing you is just the nature of my game. Just as every cop is a criminal and all the sinners saints. As heads its tail, just call me Lucifer, 'cause I'm in need of some restraint. So if you meet me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy and some taste. Use your well-learned politeness, or I'll lay your soul to waste. Woo, woo, yeah. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what's puzzling you? Just the nature of my game. Boom, 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 boom. Tell me what's my name. Tell me what's my name. Hey, boom, boom, hey, hey, hey. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name, 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 name. 'Cause what's puzzling you is just the nature of my game. There are some, even whatever you think of the song, whether you object to its talking and stuff, there are some really, really good lyrics in here. He's talking about St. Petersburg, and he's suggesting that the devil might have had something to do with some of these things. St. Petersburg, the Tsars, and World War II, and who shot the Kennedys. Very clever, very clever. And he's saying, all the way through, it says sympathy for the devil. That's the title of the song. But as it plays down, it waits until way late in the song before he reveals they call him Lucifer. And very... there are some other wonderful songs, very clever songs that the Rolling Stones did. A lot of them, some people say, hey, those are macho songs that put women down. And at one point, there was one song, Under My Thumb. Mick said, it's not not quite like that. Of course, he could be lying. It's not like these people don't make stuff up. Well, anyway, let's do this. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Bill Bailey, and I want to tell you, bad boys and girls, well, what Bill Bailey was fooling around is what he was doing. Bill Bailey was a guy who worked on a railroad train, and as he went up and down the line, he started hanging out with women that he met along the way. And his wife found out about it, and that's why she kicked him out. And what I think is kind of interesting is that quite a few men have sung this song. So we're singing it from the point of view of the woman. It's a good lesson to learn, guys. So anyway, and is this the one where, I can't remember if this is the one where Elvis appears partway through the song. If he does, he will appear through me, but I can't remember if this is the one. Here we go. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? And by the way, Bill Bailey lived in Jackson, Michigan. Oh, won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I cry the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I done you wrong. Oh, we know better than that. Remember that rainy evening night I threw you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. I know I'm to blame. Well, ain't that a shame? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Oh, yep. It's happening now, baby. Take it easy now. Here we go. Hey! Oh, won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I cry the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Remember that rainy evening night I threw you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. I know to blame. Well, ain't that a shame? Bill Bailey, won't you please come on? All right. Oh, won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I cry the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Remember that rainy night I threw you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. I know I'm to blame. Well, ain't that a shame? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's a second verse. I know. Look at this. Bill drove by that door in an automobile, a great big diamond coach and footman. Hear that big wench squeal. Oh, boy, okay. He's all alone, I heard her groan. She hollered through the door, Bill Bailey, is that you? Is you sore? Stop a minute. Won't you listen to me? Won't you see? Won't I see you no more? Bill winked his eye as he heard her cry. Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? And all that there. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Songs take on lives. Sometimes the verses get changed. Some real interesting stuff. Okay, now here's a guy done some fooling around. This is a song I wrote, and it was purely from imagination. Let me just say that right up front here. And here, I better bring that drum beat back up to where it belongs. There we go. Now we go over here, and we're going to get drum beat number 44. Oops, that's 88. Be twice as fast, I suppose. And this one is called I Just Kept Thinking of You. And I would recommend that instead of doing that, you should just stay home, buddy. So you'll see what it is here. You'll see. watch as she drifts off to sleep. As I hold her for the last time, I quietly weep. 'Cause she puts her trust in me, and I know it's wrong of me to hide all these feelings inside. She just kissed me, but I just kept thinking of you. She just kissed me. Wake up. It's morning. She rises with the sun. And she's shining. And it hurts me to think what's to come. She snuggles up to me, but I pretend not to see as she gives me that I want you smile. She just kissed me, but I just kept thinking of you. She just kissed me goodbye. She gives me my coat as I go. Walks beside me and stands with me there by the door. She's been so good to me, I can't find the words I need to tell her I'm not coming home. She just kissed me, and I know that I must be a fool. She just kissed me, but I just kept thinking of you. All right, thank you. There was a little gurgling sound going on there. That means this thing is running out of battery juice. But I have a cable over here I can plug right in. And I think we can get the same result out of this guy. Try that, huh? There it is. Okay, well, what do you think of that one? That's a kind of a sad song. You know, this happens. A lot of people get bored with a relationship, and sometimes you have to, you know, bring new life into it or something. Find some new things that you might do together. A lot of people raise kids, and then once the kids are gone, they go, "What are we doing?" But sometimes you ought to just stay there and work it out, man. Unless you really made some huge mistake and somebody is really treating you very badly. So, well, let's get right down to the devil this time. How about this one? This one is called Devil's Line. I think we've done this fairly recently. I wrote through this with Stephen Barry, and we started out getting connected through a fellow that we were using as a consultant and music consultant, and so he came up with the idea. Hey, you're an older guy. Steven's younger than I am, and he said, what would you tell your younger self? Well, we started out with that concept, but then the song took on a completely different direction, and it became quite something different. And we're now calling it Devil's Line. Went through a lot of changes before we came to this final version. In fact, my version is different than his version, because I told the story one way, and he wanted it to go another way. But then when I listened to what he had, he continued to make changes, by the way, and he had a couple of things that were really good. So I said, let me use those and put those in my version. Doesn't matter. It's all one copyright anyway. So here it is. And by the way, very important, I'd like to say that Dan O'Malley played guitar on this one. He played some really rocking guitar that you're going to hear as the song rolls along, and especially at the very end. He did a great job. As far as I'm concerned, he sounded like Jimi Hendrix. Okay, here it is. Devil's Line. They set out on a quest to steal some ancient gold. Two poor and angry schemers, the young one and the old. They knew there was a curse, but they were bound to see it through. The end will justify the means, we want what we are due. But the grass is never greener in a backyard of regrets. Guilt's a brown beer bottle filled with half-smoked cigarettes. Fortune can't buy solace when you drink it like cheap wine. The deed is written in blood when you sign on the devil's line. They found the tomb and broke the seal, the treasure all around. When fighting over who got more, they knocked their lantern down. The devil laughed and watched them burn, then licked their smoking bones. Just inches from the sunlit sky, charred pockets full of gold. And the grass is never greener in a backyard of regrets. Guilt's a brown beer bottle filled with half-smoked cigarettes. Fortune can't buy solace when you drink it like cheap wine. The deed is written in blood when you sign on the devil's line. All right. Well, it's just a simple tale, but when I look into the mirror, the young boy and the old man are the parts of me I fear. When standing at the crossroads and temptation beckons me, the choices that I make will either damn or leave me free. 'Cause the grass is never greener in a backyard of regrets. Guilt's a brown beer bottle filled with half-smoked cigarettes. Fortune can't buy solace when you drink it like cheap wine. The deed is written in blood when you sign on the devil's line. The deed is written in blood when you sign on the devil's line. Yeah, Devil's Line. My goodness, that is a dramatic song. There's a story in that one, too. Isn't that a movie? That would make a good movie. Sure. Yep. That one and El Paso. Me and Marty Robbins writing movies, song movies. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. I had some other songs that I had listed, and I didn't want to leave any out in case you guys were waiting for it. Let's do Jailhouse Rock, though. I did this one really recently, and I like to say this as many times as possible because it helps me remember, too. Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, who call themselves Lieber and Stoller, why wouldn't they? Not only did they write Jailhouse Rock, these guys were so fantastic at number one songs after number one song. They wrote You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. Actually, they wrote that for Big Mama Thornton. And Elvis heard that and said, man, I got to do that song. I'm going to do that. That one's called Hound Dog. I got to do that. They also wrote Kansas City, Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back, Charlie Brown, He's a Clown, Why's Everybody Always Picking on Me? Stand By with Ben E. King. They wrote Love Potion number 9, Poison Ivy, Poison Ivy, Leader of the Pack. I love that one. My folks were always putting him down, down, down. They say that he came from the wrong side of town. He came from the wrong side of town. Ooh, the day was bad. Anyway, I think that's a very clever song. Chapel of Love. I didn't know they wrote that one until just recently. Gonna get mad. I mean, they're so memorable, isn't it? And they wrote the song that Peggy Lee did called Is That All There Is? If you do not know that song, I don't think it made it to number one, and I just kind of heard it through some other things, I think some TV specials way back. Look it up. You're on YouTube right now. After the show's over, there's a search box at the top and type in Peggy Lee, Is That All There Is? It's a fantastic, brilliant song, and not quite so silly as some of the other ones that the Lieber and Stoller. When I say silly, I mean they were number one songs. Come on. But anyway, great stuff. Okay, so here we go. Jailhouse Rock, Lieber and Stoller, as sung by Elvis Presley. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here we go now, boys. Want to party at the county jail. The big band was there and they began to wail. The band was jumping and the joint began to swing. You should have heard her rock that jailbird sing, but let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody on the wholesale block. What dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. Spider-Man played tenor saxophone. A little Joey blowing on the side trombone. The drummer boy from Illinois with crash boom band. Whole rhythm section won the Purple Gang, but let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody on the wholesale block. We're dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. Number 47 said number 3. Are you accused jail but the evidence see? It sure be a lot of with your company. Come on, do the Jailhouse Rock with me, but let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Oh, yeah. Everybody on the wholesale block. We're dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. Run, run, run. A sad sack was sitting on a block of stone, way over in the corner weeping all alone. The one said, hey buddy, don't you be no square. You can't find a partner, use a wooden chair, but let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody on the wholesale block. Well, dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. A shifty hand returned bucks for heaven's sake. No one looking out for a chance to make a break. A buggy turned to shifty and it said to Nick Snicks, I'm gonna stick around and get my kicks, so let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody on the wholesale block. We're dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. Dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. Dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. We're dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. Dancing to the Jailhouse Rock. You know what? When I look at this song, I mean, well, rock and roll was kind of new at that time. And so when you say that Jerry Lieber, and I don't know which one wrote the music, which one the words, I think Lieber wrote the music. There were only 3 chords, very simple. You'd come up with a rhythm. You know, that it's, and then So the guy who did the hard work was Mike Stoller with all those clever, brilliant lyrics. The Warden threw a party at the county jail. The prison band was there and they began to wail. The band was jumping and the joint began to swing. You should have heard them jailhouse. You should have heard the jailbirds sing. I mean, come on, this is Spider Murphy playing a tenor sax. He's naming criminal names, perfect for the thing. Oh my gosh, it's just a very, very, very clever song. Well, anyway, that looks like my time is up for today, and I thank you all for attending. You guys keep me on my toes here, trying to come up with things for you, and I like to be. I like to be able to just try some things out, try occasionally. I'll put something on here that I never did before, and we just have to wait and see how it turns out. Anyway, so we're going to finish up here with let my TV segment music play. And we will see you folks here next week. I don't know what I have for you yet. Might be something delicious. Should we do songs all about food? Junk Food Junkie. Do you guys remember that one from way back? All right, that's it for me this week, and I will look forward to seeing you folks next time right here. Bring along some friends, if you will. I appreciate it. All right. La-da-da-da-da. 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 And I will just kind of disappear from you. La da 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 da. Yay! Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.